Hello and welcome. You're watching me live on youtube.com/NDTV. I'm Gargi Raut and I'm going to take you through the top news stories of the day. Now, every day we poll you and we provide you with the top 5 stories, the pick of the top 5 stories of the day, and ask you which stories is it that you want to know more about. Well, pollution, of course, is the big issue that we've been talking about over the last week. And so stubble burning by farmers, that they defy the Supreme Court ban, because remember when the Supreme Court took up the issue of pollution in Delhi, it cracked down on this issue of stubble burning, saying why is it still happening even though they had given orders that there should be no stubble burning. They said that we will take the administration to task if there's any stubble burning. But yesterday there were more incidents of stubble burning. In fact, NDTV even recorded a couple of them. So it's going to be a difficult one to get out of, providing the farmers with alternatives. Toxic air, UP takes action ahead of the top court hearing, because the top court is going to be taking this up again today. And of course, the other big issue in Delhi, the Delhi police versus lawyers, a crucial high court hearing today. Now, yesterday we saw those unprecedented scenes in Delhi, in which you had the police actually protesting against their seniors outside the police headquarters. That protest lasted for 11 hours. Remember, this entire controversy started with a parking issue. It's a very Delhi thing to fight over parking, and it started with the parking dispute at the Hazari court on Saturday between a lawyer and the police. The lawyers claim the police then roughed up the lawyer. After that, then the lawyers got agitated and went into the police room. They dragged out policemen. They beat them up. They claim the police fired on them. One of the lawyers, they claim, got injured as well. And they want action against that constable who fired. So today, we have this situation in which the lawyers are protesting. They've actually been protesting for the last 3 days and striking work. But today, the protests are much bigger in all the courts. They've stopped work. In Saket Court, they've actually shut the gates of the court and are not allowing the public to come in or the courts to function. So this situation is still going on, with yesterday the massive police protest, today the lawyers protesting. They're also claiming that the police protest that took place yesterday was illegal, that how could this have been done, and they're also accusing the media actually of not covering the entire issue properly and showing it more against the lawyers. So today we have this protest by the lawyers. The High Court hearing is today. The Bar Council of India has said that the lawyers will return to work tomorrow, but they too are angry at why no action against the police who fired on their lawyers or roughed up the lawyers at this Hazari. So it all goes back to the this Hazari incident. And of course, on Monday we had that video that went viral of a cop being slapped by lawyers. So that is what triggered the cops protest. So we're going to have to wait and see how this entire issue pans out. Of course, Maharashtra still does not have a government in place. It's now over 12 days since the election results, and no government in place. Lots of meetings taking place, though yesterday evening Devendra Fadnavis went to meet the RSS chief amidst this Maharashtra deadlock. Then you had Ahmed Patel, Sonia Gandhi's close aide, going in to meet with Nitin Gadkari. So that, of course, led to a lot of speculation. There's talk that the RSS has asked Nitin Gadkari to actually step in and help resolve this fight that we're seeing between the BJP and RSS over power sharing. The RSS wanting 2.5 years of a chief ministership for the Shiv Sena wanting 2.5 years of a chief ministership. So that has been going on. And however, Ahmed Patel claimed that there was nothing about Maharashtra that they discussed. And Sharad Pawar again met with Shiv Sena Sanjay Raut, and he came out and he said that the BJP and Shiv Sena need to form government, that it's a very troubling situation in the state. They're approaching a constitutional crisis because in 2 days' time assembly has to be formed. Otherwise, the current assembly expires. And he said that the NCP and the Congress are going to sit in the opposition. So let's talk more about the air pollution crisis in Delhi. And winters is usually a nice time to visit Delhi because the weather is cold and it doesn't have the heat of the summer. But now it seems that this is in fact something we've been seeing over the last couple of years, that travelers and tourists are now trying to avoid Delhi because of the air pollution and of course all the talk about air pollution. So here you have travel agents actually talking about this, how they're getting calls from visitors, from people whose tours they've organized, and they actually want to avoid Delhi at any cost and not be subjected to the polluted air here. Punjab, as we said, even as the Supreme Court has come down heavily on the issue of farm fires and stubble burning, and ordered that there should be no more farm fires at all. On Tuesday, in fact, the Punjab recorded the season's highest farm fire count of 6,668, and that is what the satellite data has said. So let's see what the Supreme Court says, because the Supreme Court on Monday had said there are absolutely no more farm fires, otherwise action would be taken against the administration and authorities. And this is one of the big reasons that you have this terrible toxic air in Delhi, because of all the smoke coming in and mixing with the smog and the pollution already existing in Delhi. So the farm fires, they're taking place, though the agricultural ministry claims that there's been a 12% decrease in stubble burning incidents. So these are numbers, of course, that they're comparing with the previous year and this year, and including Haryana. Now, Punjab, of course, accounts for the maximum number. There have been action against farmers in UP as well for stubble burning, because Western UP is also very problematic when it comes to air pollution. It doesn't get talked about as much, but it's extremely problematic when we talk about air pollution. And all the cities, Kanpur, Lucknow, etc., are all very polluted. Now let's come to the final point, that the final story that we provided to you, which is Rajasthan Chief Minister speaking out against the Ghungat. So he was speaking in Jaipur, Ashok Gehlot, and he was speaking at a women empowerment function. It was to do with an NGO, and he stressed on the importance of women empowerment, and he said that they play a big role in nation building, and that the custom of Ghungat must be eradicated. He expressed displeasure at the practice of covering women's face with a Ghungat or veil, and this is very rampant in some parts of rural Rajasthan, where women, they don't go out without a Ghungat till here. So he said that in fact the time has changed, and the practice of Ghungat is still there in the villages. Women cannot progress till the Ghungat exists. Why are we confining women? He said women are empowered, that they have the capacity to bring changes in society, and that their role is very important. He said women have to move forward with strength, and the state government is with you. He says that they play such a big role in society and bringing about change in society, and that is why he said the times have changed and the Ghungat is still there, and it just has to go. So that is something that Ashok Gehlot has spoken about. We haven't seen any reactions to this statement, and I'm sure there are going to be some, but for the moment it's nice to have a state chief minister speaking about women empowerment and talking about moving away from the Ghungat, and about women coming out more and doing more in society, coming out to work and doing their bit when it comes to nation building. So these are the top 5 stories that we had for you today. The pollution, of course, remains the big story that a lot of you have shown interest in, and of course the lawyers and the police face off that we're seeing. We're going to have to wait and see how it goes, especially with the Delhi High Court taking up the matter today. Well, thanks so much for watching. This is Gargi Rawat. Goodbye.